Welcome back, everyone. Today, we're diving into some fascinating research on a powerful compound that could be a game changer for your body composition. We'll start with intriguing animal studies and then move into compelling human data. Get ready to discover the secrets of trimethylglycine, also known as TMG or Betaine. In a study published in a prominent nutrition journal, researchers placed animals on a very high-fat diet to induce obesity, a common research method. What they found was remarkable. When a specific compound, trimethylglycine or TMG, also known as betaine, was added to their diets, it literally prevented the formation of white adipose tissue. It acted as a blockade, hindering fat tissue from forming, even when these animals were being fed a high-calorie, high-fat diet designed to induce obesity. While it didn't prevent all weight or fat gain, it had a major preventative effect by blocking fat from forming. Let's explore what's going on here. The compound we're discussing is TMG or trimethylglycine. I'll explain more about what that is in just a second, so you can understand how to utilize this information. Another significant finding in this animal study, and a part that often goes overlooked, was a major increase in mitochondrial biogenesis. This means that not only did the compound block fat from forming, but it also increased the amount of mitochondria within muscle cells. This is crucial because it provides more sites for fat burning to occur, as fat oxidation takes place within the mitochondria. If you have fewer mitochondria, you have fewer places for fat burning. So with mitochondrial biogenesis, you get more fat burning sites, plain and simple. The other truly interesting observation in this animal model study was a notable improvement in insulin sensitivity, despite the overfeeding of saturated fat and high-fat content. We know that in animal models, insulin resistance is commonly induced by feeding high amounts of fat in a very high caloric state. While excess sugar certainly isn't good for insulin sensitivity, the inability to properly process sugar is often a downstream effect of underlying insulin resistance. In this clinical setting, it's regularly observed that high-fat meals can induce a certain level of insulin resistance in animal models. The key takeaway is that TMG still managed to reverse this induced insulin resistance effect, which is truly remarkable. Now, when we pivot to human studies, it gets even more fascinating. A systematic review and meta-analysis of 6 different human studies, published in a respected nutrition journal, found profound effects. When this compound was supplemented in humans, there was a reduction in total fat mass, and a reduction in body fat percentage, down to about 2.45%. All of this occurred while either increasing or maintaining lean body mass, meaning it specifically targeted fat without negatively impacting muscle. So we've seen evidence it can literally block abdominal fat, prevent overall fat formation in animal models, and in human studies, it appears to increase fat oxidation. One of the reasons it likely boosts fat oxidation so much is simply due to its improvement in muscle mass. There were observed increases in factors like mTOR, MyoD, and MEF2B. These are all either transcription factors, signaling devices, or direct transcription factors for growth. All of this translates to a direct relationship with TMG supplementation in both animal and human models for muscle growth. There's even research in agricultural settings where this compound was given to poultry, resulting in larger muscle mass without adding extra fat, and those studies also noted increases in these key growth-related factors. What you likely care about most is the end result: more muscle with less fat. So, how does this compound actually block fat from accumulating? There are a couple of different theories. For one, it's linked to an increase in something called CD36 and carnitine palmitoyl transferase. Essentially, it increases the amount of transporters that can get fat into the mitochondria in the first place. Before fat has a chance to really store, it has a better opportunity to potentially be burned. This compound could work particularly well when taken before physical activity, as it tends to have a quick effect. You could take it before exercise and it might actually induce more fat burning with a carryover effect, preventing fat accumulation later in the day. What's important to remember is that burning fat is always a balance of periods where you're actively burning a lot of fat, and periods where you're just trying to keep fat accumulation at bay. Every time you eat, of course, you run the risk of putting on some fat. Your body is constantly shifting between energy deficits and surpluses. What we're observing with this compound is its ability to limit the negative impact of those micro surpluses. You're blocking some of the formation of white adipose tissue during those periods and enhancing the periods of fat burning during the other times. So when you're in an energy deficit, you're getting more out of it, and when you're in a surplus, you're getting less of the negative impact. This means less risk of burning muscle, and more reward of burning fat, and less risk of gaining fat, and more reward of burning it. You're essentially limiting the risks and adding the benefits. So there you have it, the incredible potential of TMG or Betaine for optimizing your body composition. If you found this information helpful, be sure to like this video, share it with a friend, and subscribe for more in-depth breakdowns of supplements and performance science. What other compounds would you like us to explore next? Let me know in the comments below.